Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I want to speak with you about something that can shape your future more than talent, more than luck, and even more than money. Your network. Your network isn't just the list of contacts in your phone or the number of followers on your social media. It's the circle of people who know you, believe in you, and are willing to support you, and vice versa. We live in a world where relationships are currency. One connection can change your life. One introduction can launch your career. One mentor can transform your mindset. And guess what? That power is already within your reach. But you must build it with authenticity, consistency, and mutual respect. People do business with those they trust. They recommend those they admire. They help those they believe in. But before any of that can happen, they need to know you exist and see value in what you bring. So, invest in others. Ask about their goals. Help without expecting anything back. Stay curious. Stay generous. Because the strongest networks aren't built through self-promotion. They're built through genuine connection. In the end, your network is your net worth. So, nurture it, grow it, and never underestimate its power. Many people misunderstand the true meaning of a network. They think it's simply a list of phone numbers, email addresses, or social media followers. But that's only the surface. Your real network goes far beyond who you've met at a conference or added on LinkedIn. It's not just about how many people you know. It's about the quality of those relationships and how deeply those people are invested in your growth, success, and well-being. Think of your network as a support system, a web of relationships that lifts you up during challenges, guides you through decisions, and celebrates your achievements with genuine pride. It's the mentors who offer you their wisdom, the peers who share your struggles, the colleagues who recommend you for opportunities, and the friends who push you to keep going when you're ready to give up. In moments of uncertainty, your network can provide clarity. When you're starting something new, it can offer encouragement, advice, or resources. And when you fall, as we all do at times, it's your network that catches you, supports you, and helps you rise again. These are the people who believe in you even when you doubt yourself, who mention your name in rooms you're not even in, and who help shape the path you walk, whether through a small favor or a life-changing opportunity. Your network is your community, your professional safety net, and your hidden strength. It's built on trust, mutual respect, and shared growth. And when nurtured with sincerity and intention, it becomes one of the most valuable assets you can ever develop in both your personal and professional life. In today's fast-paced and competitive world, having the right skills is essential, but it's no longer enough. You could be the most talented person in the room, with unmatched expertise, a stellar academic record, or years of experience, and still get overlooked if no one knows who you are or what you're capable of. That's where relationships come in. Relationships are the bridges to opportunity. Often, the most life-changing chances, the dream job, the breakthrough collaboration, the critical investment, come not from filling out an online form or submitting a resume, but from a conversation, a referral, or a recommendation from someone who knows your worth. People trust people, and when someone in your network vouches for you, that carries more weight than any certificate or achievement ever could. Think about the last time you heard about a great opportunity. Did it come from a job board or from a friend or colleague who thought of you first? This is the power of relationships. They amplify your visibility. They allow others to see your strengths and share your value with their own networks. You gain access not just to what they know, but to who they know, creating a ripple effect of potential beyond anything you could access alone. Moreover, relationships bring credibility. A connection who trusts you can break through red tape, open closed doors, and introduce you to circles you never imagined entering. And while skills can help you do the job once you're inside, it's often relationships that get you through the door in the first place. So while you continue to develop your talents, never underestimate the parallel power of building meaningful relationships. Because in the real world, It's not just what you know. It's also who knows you and what they say about you when you're not in the room. It only takes one person to change everything. One mentor who believes in you. One leader who sees your potential. One friend who introduces you to the right people at the right time. A single, meaningful connection can become the catalyst for a dramatic shift in your life or career. History and personal stories are filled with examples of individuals whose paths transformed because someone gave them a chance, opened a door, or shared a powerful idea. That connection didn't have to be with someone rich or famous. It had to be genuine, aligned, and timely. The truth is, you never know who will be that person. It could be a professor, a client, a former classmate, or someone you meet by chance at an event. But when that connection is built on mutual respect, understanding, and authenticity, it can evolve into something life-changing. The right connection can do more than help you get ahead. It can shift your mindset, reignite your passion, or guide you through a difficult season. Sometimes it's the advice you needed. Other times, it's an unexpected opportunity, a job offer, a collaboration, a platform to share your ideas. These moments often appear when you least expect them, and often come from people you invested in without any agenda. That's why it's important not just to build a large network, but to focus on the quality of your connections. Real relationships, built on trust and mutual value, are where these game-changing moments originate. Every time you meet someone, you're planting a seed. Some grow slowly, some bloom fast. But one of them may just become the turning point in your life or career. So never underestimate the power of one conversation, one handshake, one kind gesture. Because sometimes, one meaningful connection is all it takes. In a world driven by likes, followers, and superficial interactions, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that networking is about impressing others, collecting business cards, or building a polished image. But the truth is, the strongest, most valuable networks are not built on charm or appearances. They are built on trust and authenticity. Trust is the currency of every meaningful relationship. Without it, even the most promising connection will fade away. People need to feel that you are genuine, that your words match your actions, and that you are not engaging with them just to get something in return. When people trust you, they speak highly of you when you're not in the room. They recommend you. They support you. But that trust must be earned, and it begins with showing up as your true self. Authenticity means being honest about who you are, your strengths, your struggles, your values, and your intentions. It means building connections based on mutual respect and real human experience, not performance or pretense. When you're authentic, people feel more comfortable opening up to you. Conversations become deeper, support becomes more meaningful, and relationships become more lasting. In professional settings, authenticity might mean admitting when you don't know something and being open to learning. In personal relationships, it might mean being vulnerable enough to share your dreams or fears. Whatever the context, authentic people create space for others to be real too, and that's when real bonds are formed. People remember how you made them feel, not how slick your pitch was or how impressive your resume looked. They remember honesty, kindness, humility, and empathy. These are the qualities that build lasting connections. Because in the end, people don't connect with perfect. They connect with real. So if you want to build a network that lasts, lead with trust. Be genuine in your words and actions, and let people see the real you, because that's where true connection begins. One of the biggest misconceptions about networking is that it's all about getting something, a job, a client, a referral, or a favor. But the most powerful and lasting connections are not built on what you take, but on what you give. True networking is not transactional. It's relational. It's not about keeping score. It's about generosity, support, and contributing to others without expecting immediate returns. When you approach networking with a mindset of service, of being helpful, useful, or simply present, people notice. They remember those who offered guidance, encouragement, or support without needing something in return. Whether it's sharing a helpful article, connecting someone with a useful contact, giving honest feedback, or simply listening with empathy, small actions of value go a long way in creating meaningful relationships. In fact, many successful people will tell you that their best opportunities came from helping others first. Why? Because people are drawn to those who uplift, not those who take. When you help someone sincerely, you plant a seed of goodwill. That seed may grow slowly, but over time, it creates trust, appreciation, and reciprocity, often in ways you never expected. Also, when you give first, you build social capital, the kind of influence and reputation that people want to be associated with. You become known as someone reliable, thoughtful, and genuinely invested in the success of others. That reputation opens doors and creates a powerful ripple effect across your entire network. This doesn't mean you should overextend yourself or say yes to everyone. Giving value is not about draining your time or energy. It's about showing up with integrity, kindness, and a willingness to contribute where you can. It's about focusing on how you can help rather than what you can get. People help those they know, like, and trust. Because at its heart, networking isn't about collecting contacts. It's about building community. And every strong community begins with people who are willing to give before they receive. There's a simple truth that governs nearly every opportunity in life. People are more likely to help, recommend, or collaborate with those they genuinely know, like, and trust. This might sound basic, but it's one of the most powerful insights when it comes to building a successful network. Let's break it down. No, you cannot benefit from a network that doesn't know you exist. Visibility is the first step. People need to be aware of who you are, what you do, and what you stand for. You don't have to be famous, but you do need to be present. In conversations, communities, events, or even online spaces where your voice, actions, and values can be seen and remembered. Likability isn't about being charming or entertaining. It's about being genuine, respectful, and easy to relate to. It means being a good listener, showing empathy, and engaging in conversations that matter. When people like you, they're more willing to engage with you, introduce you to others, and support your journey. They feel a personal connection that goes beyond professional roles. Trust. This is the foundation. Without trust, relationships fall apart. Trust is built through consistency, honesty, and follow-through. When you say you'll do something, do it. When you make a promise, keep it. When you show up fully. Over time, these small actions form a reputation of reliability and integrity, and people will feel comfortable putting their name behind yours. Opportunities, whether they are jobs, partnerships, promotions, or collaborations, often go to people who are not only qualified, but also trusted. That trust isn't built overnight. It's cultivated through regular, authentic interactions. You don't need to impress everyone. Focus on being someone others feel confident in and comfortable with. Because when the right moment comes, and someone needs a person for a new role, a critical project, or a high-stakes introduction, they'll think of the person they know, like, and trust. And that person could be you. In today's digital age, it's easy to mistake online interaction for genuine connection. A like, a comment, or a follow may feel like engagement, and in some ways, it is. Social media platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook are incredibly powerful tools for expanding visibility and staying connected. They allow us to meet people from around the world, share our ideas, and stay informed. But while they are great for starting connections, they are not enough to sustain real relationships. True networking goes beyond digital gestures. A double tap doesn't build trust. A one-word comment doesn't create loyalty. And a large number of followers does not necessarily mean you have a strong support system. Real connection requires effort, depth, and meaningful interaction. the kind that can't always be measured by likes or shares. Social media should be seen as a bridge, not the destination. It's the beginning of a relationship, a place to initiate conversations, share your story, and offer value. But after that first click or comment, what matters most is what happens next. Do you follow up with a message? Do you reach out for a conversation? Do you offer your support, your time, or your attention in a meaningful way? The strongest relationships are often built in private conversations, phone calls, or face-to-face interactions, even if those are virtual. These are the moments where people truly get to know you, hear your voice, understand your values, and see the consistency behind your digital presence. It's also important to be intentional with how you present yourself online. Are you showing up as your authentic self? Are you sharing insights, celebrating others, offering encouragement, or sparking dialogue? Your online identity should reflect who you truly are, because when people meet you in person or interact with you on a deeper level, there should be no disconnect between your virtual persona and your real-life character. In essence, social media is a valuable tool, but it's not the whole toolbox. If you want to build a network that supports, uplifts, and opens doors for you, don't settle for surface-level engagement. Use digital platforms to spark connection. Then go deeper to turn that spark into something meaningful and lasting. Making a connection is only the beginning. You can attend dozens of events, collect stacks of business cards, or exchange countless messages on LinkedIn. But none of it matters if you don't follow up and stay consistent. Networking is not a one-time interaction. It's a long-term investment in people. Too often, people make the mistake of thinking that a single introduction or meeting is enough. But the truth is, relationships aren't built in a moment. They're built over time, through repeated, sincere interactions. Just like trust and friendship in personal life, professional relationships require care, presence, and consistency to grow strong. Follow-up is one of the most overlooked but powerful parts of networking. It could be as simple as sending a thank you message after meeting someone, sharing a relevant article that reminded you of them, or checking in just to ask how they're doing. These small actions show that you're not just interested in what they can do for you, but that you genuinely value the connection. And consistency doesn't mean you have to constantly message someone. It means you stay on their radar in authentic and respectful ways. You engage with their content, remember milestones like promotions or birthdays, or offer help when you see a need. Over time, these consistent touches build a solid foundation of mutual respect and familiarity. In a world where people are busy and attention spans are short, being the one who follows through, who remembers, who responds, who shows up, makes you stand out. It signals reliability, professionalism, and care. These are the qualities that make people want to stay connected to you and recommend you to others. Remember, anyone can make a connection, but very few nurture those connections into something meaningful. If you truly want your network to be a source of opportunity, encouragement, and collaboration, then be intentional about staying in touch. Because in the end, consistency is what turns brief interactions into lasting relationships. And those are the relationships that transform your future. Life is unpredictable. Careers shift, industries evolve, businesses rise and fall, and personal challenges can appear without warning. In those moments of transition, whether it's a job loss, a health crisis, a pivot in direction, or even a global disruption, one thing becomes crystal clear. The strength of your network often determines how well you navigate change. A strong network isn't just about career growth or professional gain. It's about having a safety net when the ground beneath you shakes. These are the people who offer emotional support when you're struggling, who provide guidance when you're uncertain, who extend opportunities when doors seem closed. They help you see options when you feel stuck and remind you of your value when your confidence wavers. Sometimes the right person in your network gives you access to a new job. Other times, they connect you with a mentor who helps you discover a path you never considered. In times of change, people don't just offer advice. They offer perspective, resources, and possibility. They remind you that you're not alone, that your journey matters, and that someone is willing to walk beside you through it. But here's the key. You can't build a supportive network only when you need one. Just like you don't plant seeds after a storm starts, you don't wait for a crisis to start connecting with people. You build your network before you need it. You nurture relationships when times are good, so that they're there for you when times are hard. And this support is not just one way. When you invest in your network with authenticity and care, you create a circle of mutual resilience, a group of people who show up for one another when life gets messy. In doing so, you create something powerful, a community that helps each other adapt, survive, and even grow through the unexpected. So, never underestimate the value of your relationships, because when change comes, and it always does, your network becomes your anchor, your compass, and your bridge to a new beginning. The people you surround yourself with shape your mindset, influence your habits, and either pull you forward or hold you back. Whether you realize it or not, your network is a mirror of your future. The conversations you engage in, the ideas you're exposed to, the values you share, all of these are influenced by the company you keep. That's why it's critical to build your network with intention, not just convenience. It's easy to stay connected with people simply because they're nearby, familiar, or comfortable. But growth rarely happens in your comfort zone. To evolve, personally and professionally, you need to be around people who challenge you, inspire you, and expand your vision of what's possible. Ask yourself, are the people in your circle pushing you to level up? Do they speak with ambition, integrity, and purpose? Are they driven by fear or by possibility? The best networks are diverse, not just in background or expertise, but in perspective. When you connect with people from different industries, cultures, and worldviews, you begin to see beyond your own limitations. You hear ideas that spark creativity. You encounter experiences that build empathy. You learn lessons that books can't teach. But intentional networking isn't about surrounding yourself only with successful people. It's about surrounding yourself with authentic, growth-oriented individuals. Those who are curious, generous, and committed to becoming better versions of themselves. Because their energy is contagious. Their standards become yours. And over time, their influence shapes your decisions, your beliefs, and your direction. Remember, your future is not just determined by your goals. It's also shaped by your environment. And your network is one of the most powerful parts of that environment. So choose your relationships the way you'd choose your next big investment. Wisely, intentionally, and with the long view in mind. Because every person in your circle is either adding to your future or distracting you from it.